Dreams can be cool, and it could be your subconscious trying to tell you something, so remembering dreams can be beneficial to us. Here are some simple steps on remembering your dreams. Number one, and it's the most obvious, plan to get a good night's sleep. Dreams occur when we are in the REM stage of sleep. That is the later stages of sleep, and if you don't sleep long enough, you're never going to get to it, and you're not going to have good dreams. Simple things like going to bed at the same time every night and getting up at the same time and getting 7 to 9 hours of sleep are going to help you. Next, sleep with a pad and piece of paper beside your bed. Keep it as close to your bed as possible. You do not want to have to get up to get this or reach down on the floor to get it. Keep it there close so you can write information down really quickly. Could be using a recorder on your cell phone. Now, next, keep your alarm clock close to your bed. If you have to get out of bed to turn off your alarm clock, that's going to disrupt your thinking pattern and shift it right when you wake up, and the odds of you remembering what you dreamed are not going to be as good. If you can wake up without an alarm clock, that is even better. Or have someone to gently wake you up in the morning, that's also a good option. Many people find if they don't use an alarm clock, they are able to remember their dreams better. The main thing is don't get out of bed, stay in bed, and try not to use an alarm clock that has a radio or chatter, because that will automatically get your brain to thinking about other things. Something soft that calmly wakes you up. On your alarm clock or somewhere in your room, maybe put a Post-it note that says, "What did you dream?" And that will be the first thing you think of when your eyes open. Next, taking alcohol or medication before you go to sleep is going to interrupt your sleeping patterns and your dream patterns, and it's going to screw everything up. Here's a good tip. If you have a problem or something that you need solved, think about it calmly as you go to sleep, and then your subconscious mind will continue to work on it, and the solution may even come to you in a dream. Now, as you awake, stay in the same position as when you opened your eyes. Stay in bed, stay in the same position, and fix your eyes on one object, maybe a doorknob or a desk or a chair. And as you do, think about what you dreamed, only looking at that one direction, at that one object. The next point, you can actually increase the number of dreams you remember each night by waking up more frequently during the night. We have several REM cycles during the night, and they get longer and longer as we get deeper into our sleep. If you only record the last dream you had, you're not going to remember all the previous dreams. So by waking up at different spots during the night, you can increase the chances of remembering more dreams. We go through a complete sleep cycle every 90 minutes. Now, it's not recommended that you wake yourself up until you've slept at least 4.5 hours. At 4.5 hours, perhaps wake yourself up with an alarm clock, and then set another one for 90 minutes later at 6 hours, and then another one for 90 minutes later at 7.5 hours. That gives you 3 chances to remember more dreams. Now, this is only recommended for people who get adequate sleep and find it very easy to fall back to sleep. If you don't fall into one of those categories, this tip may not be for you. The next tip is to keep a notepad or a voice recorder with you throughout the day. Your cell phone is often a voice recorder, so that's easy. And here's why. Often throughout the day, you will see something and that will trigger, "Oh yeah, I had this dream last night. That was crazy." And then immediately, without delay, write it down or put it in your voice recorder and make note of it, and then continue to think about it, and maybe it'll spur even more memories of that dream. Another thing that you can do is actually go back to bed and lie down. Get in the same position you were whenever you woke up and focus again on that one object that you saw when you first woke up, and that might take your memory back to what was happening in the dream right before you woke up. And finally, notice patterns. Do you have more vivid dreams when you go to bed at a certain time or when you wake up at a certain time? Do you have more dreams if you eat a certain food or if you don't eat a certain food? Does the atmosphere of the room, do you notice if that affects your dreams? Have you noticed if the temperature of the room affects your dream? Take notice of all these variables and keep them in mind as you set a goal to remember more of your dreams. All right, guys, so now you know how to remember your dreams, but you don't know what the dreams mean. We have a blog right here that describes what common dreams mean. It's very fascinating, and you've probably had some of these dreams. I'm going to tell you what they mean. Click the link right here to find out what your dreams mean, or click the link below to find out what common dreams mean. Okay guys, we are always doing tons of video on how the brain thinks, how the mind thinks, how the memory works, and you want to make sure that you get these and you don't miss any of them. Click the link right here, subscribe so you can get all of our brain and all our memory videos. Come on, subscribe right here. I got some good stuff coming your way. Come on, click right here. Go ahead and subscribe.